Hello everybody, and welcome back to The Pop Heart. Today we're going to be looking at an interesting topic that affects the music industry, and my opinions on it. So, as many of you may know, artists, when they release an album, usually go on a tour to support this album. However, we are currently in the midst of a global pandemic, and so many concerts that were scheduled for 2020 have now been postponed or cancelled. Many concerts that have been postponed have been pushed to 2021. However, there's a lot of uncertainty in the current global situation, and so there is no way to even know if this is possible. In addition, experts have mentioned that if concerts were to return in 2021, the earliest they could return would be the fall. So, I wanted to discuss my opinions on this and what I think may happen with certain artists who have scheduled their concerts for early or mid-2021 and even possibly late 2021, and what they may do instead of having concerts during that year. It is my belief that many artists will postpone their concerts until 2022 or later and will instead embark on a double album concert tour. So before we jump into any examples or any further details, I just wanted to preface this by saying that I'm no music expert. I don't have any inside information or anything like that. I'm just expressing my opinion and what I think may happen for certain artists due to album cycles and things like that. Now, let's look at our first example, which is going to be Harry Styles and the Love on Tour. Harry released the album Fine Line in December of 2019, and he planned to embark on the Love on Tour from April 2020 till October 2020, which is about 6 months. Harry has since announced that the Europe dates have been postponed from 2020 to now 2021, and it's only a matter of time before he postpones the North American and South American dates. Assuming that certain individuals are correct about concerts being postponed until late 2021, this wouldn't really be possible, and the concert would have to be postponed again, possibly to 2022. Now at this point, it would have been nearly 2 years since Harry released Fine Line, the album, and a tour wouldn't really make sense anymore at that point. Of course, there is the idea of the revenue that it could generate for Harry and his record label, but at the same time, the album is already almost 2 years old, so the concert wouldn't really be promoting the album, which is one of its main goals as well. Plus, at this point, many people will be expecting Harry's third studio album to be released soon, since most albums have a length of about 2 years between them. Therefore, if the Love on Tour were to continue and be rescheduled to, let's say, early 2022, Harry would be going on a tour for about 6 or 7 months, and then he would be releasing his third studio album shortly after. And then he would be going on another tour shortly after that. At that point, it doesn't really make sense to even reschedule the Love on Tour 2 years after it was originally planned, when you have another album that you're going to be releasing soon. It would make more sense at that point to instead release his third studio album sometime in late 2021 or early 2022, and then embark on a double album tour for both Fine Line and whatever his third studio album is called. This definitely is something that is possible. We saw it with Ariana Grande, who embarked on her Thank You Next and Sweetener joint tour. It was a double album tour and it was highly successful, so it's not as if this would be completely unprecedented before. It is something that has been done and is definitely something that a label could consider. Let's move on to the second artist that also supports this same idea of a double album tour, which is Taylor Swift. The Loverfest tour, in support of Taylor Swift's 7th studio album, Lover, was scheduled from June of 2020 to August of 2020. Now, Taylor Swift announced that these dates are postponed to sometime in 2021. However, she did not say exactly when. And also, we run into the same problem as the last time, since the only possible dates for 2021 would be late in the year. We would expect that her next album should come out sometime in 2021, since Lover was released in 2019. This would fit perfectly with a 2022 tour, because at that point, she could embark on the tour for both Lover and her 8th studio album, whatever it is titled. This is a very similar situation to that of Harry's. If Taylor were to first embark on a Lover tour, she would then have to release her 8th studio album sometime in late to mid 2022. Now, this would be a little weird because it would be nearly 3 years since she had released Lover, and while it's not completely unprecedented for album releases, it's definitely pushing it and usually doesn't happen. Now, I can see this being a trend for many artists who have released an album in either 2019 or 2020. Since if you were to have 2 tours very close to each other, it would oversaturate you to the public and may make the second tour not as successful. It would just make more sense to release another album since it will probably be due around that time anyway. Many fans will be expecting it and wanting it, and then you can just embark on a tour for the first album and the second album. Now, I want to quickly mention artists who I think this could be an exception for. Any artist who's releasing an album in 2021 most likely will just schedule their concert for sometime in 2022. This is standard anyway, to schedule a concert about a couple months or a year after the album is released, and so any artist that releases an album in 2021 will most likely not go on a double album tour. Now, once again, this is simply all my opinion. It is definitely not a fact. I'm no music expert, like I mentioned. This is just what I think could happen and a trend that we may see due to the global situation that's currently going on. So, that is all I have for everyone today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you wanted to discuss more about this topic, leave a comment below and I'd love to hear what you have to say. That's everything for today, and I'll see you next time on The Pop Heart.